Okay. So today I'm going to talk about the Calvinism of carnal strength. When manliness becomes a works gospel. The Calvinism of carnal strength. When manliness becomes a works gospel. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourself. It's a gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. It says in Ephesians 2:8-9 in the King James Bible. But in today's online world, many voices claim to defend the faith, but often what emerges is a new kind of legalism, a gospel of strength, not grace. Some teach that salvation and worth are tied to physical strength, discipline, and outward manliness. But when we examine such messages, we find that beneath the surface, this mindset is just as work based as a Calvinism uh, condemned by a preacher like Jack Mac 77. So, a gospel of strength can be salvation by works in disguise. Like the strong, disciplined, handsome, and athletic are superior. They have what it takes. That's not the gospel. The weak, effeminate, undisciplined, or those struggling with sin are despised. They are the cause of evil. That's not the gospel either. So, the gospel is not a contest of physical strength. You know, the gospel is by grace. It's not like um, so the gospel is not like strength, self mastery are the signs that you are right with God. Weakness, struggle, and lack of discipline are evidence that you're lost, evil, and unsaved. That's not the gospel. How and how does this mirror Calvinism? Basically, works as proof of salvation. Jack Smack's critique of Calvinists exposes how Calvinists say faith alone saves, but true faith will be proven by works. Perseverance and a changed life become necessary proof that you are elect. As Jack Smack 77 says, in Calvinism there is no should, because that would be man's free will. Therefore, in Calvinism, God has to make sure that his elect will do good works, which means that works are necessary to prove one's salvation. Plain and simple. So Calvinism is entirely works based. Now there are people who teach who have a gospel that is not much different from Calvinism. It's where assurance comes not from Christ alone, but from performance. So they create an elite class of the truly saved, the ones who prove it by their lifestyle, strength, and perseverance. That's what Calvinism does. The real gospel, salvation by grace, not strength. The Bible teaches that salvation is not by works, not by strength, not by self mastery, not by manliness. Jesus saves the weak, the broken, the humble, the lost, not the winners of the flesh. God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. 1 Corinthians 1:27. No matter how many push-ups you can do or how strong your willpower, all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Romans 3:23. Conclusion: the same old lie in new clothes, whether it comes of as high Calvinist doctrine or as alpha male YouTube bravado, the message is the same. You must become something, prove something, or do something to be sure you are saved. This is the gospel of works, a false gospel. Let us remember, salvation is a free gift for the weak, the poor, the struggling, and the lost. Boasting in strength, physical, spiritual, or otherwise, is just another way to reject the grace of God. The only real boast is in the Lord Jesus Christ, who saves the weak by grace.